Check us out at ketochow.xyz.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow, which is, well, it's my fault that the thing didn't pop up like it was supposed to.
That's what I was waiting for.
Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow and haven't seen my hijinks, we have a few products we created to make doing keto easier. Our main product is a meal replacement shake mix that you can customize to fit the macros that work best for you. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are awesome.
We do this daily live stream.
Oh, weekly.
We have the piece of paper that doesn't say live stream. That's right there. But we want to keep you updated with our Keto Chow happenings.
That's right.
Just be accountable and stay on track. And we're grateful to have you with us on our journey.
Yep. Denise is on from Wisconsin, and
Hi,
Andrew's
Denise.
on from Sydney, Australia.
Andrew.
Welcome, guys. So, yeah, it's our Tuesday night live stream. We've been doing this since 2018. But, yeah, here we are. Oh, Parrothead Renee taking some Keto Chow to another keto hip replacement patient tomorrow. Wow.
Nice.
You're doing it. Dang, Renee.
You're so awesome.
Wendy says, hi, Bears. Shauna says, good evening. Never made the evening chat. Nice recliners. And hey, check that. I pulled them out. Oh, but I'm going to run into that thing.
We got this. And I'm looking up at the ceiling because we got the TV. Look at you.
What? Yeah.
You moved it over so I can't put mine
I'm
out.
going to move it back.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
You can move yours down if
I
you
actually
want.
didn't like doing that on the sofa because when we're reclined, I have more of a chin, and I don't want you guys to see the chin that I'm working on.
Oh. And let's see. Alicia says, Betsy said you guys match.
Yeah.
Almost. I've got my Keto Chow
We
shirt on.
match.
Miriam has a nice shirt and her
yes, I do.
fancy dress slacks. So
Pretty necklace is I have some fancy pants on. You can kind of
fancy
see.
pants.
Although I do not have barbecue sauce smeared on
It
my
wasn't
shirt.
barbecue sauce. It was G. Hughes steak sauce.
It was sauce that was on his shirt.
So I had entirely planned to do 3 Keto Chows today.
Yeah.
But then Miriam had some leftover wings because she decided to go get wings
Yeah.
after her nail appointment.
I'm gonna see.
There you go.
Can you see? It's so cute. It's a marble.
Okay.
It's sparkle.
Her nail lady is back open. So, and then tonight when it was time to make some food for the kids, and we had a bunch of leftover prime rib and all this other beef, and I just sliced it up, threw it into a pan, heated it up, and because it's gonna go bad, it's actually it's like 2 weeks old.
Yeah. And since
So-
they've eaten it multiple times, they don't want to eat it anymore.
How
So
sad is
we
that?
pretended it was something else.
Yeah,
So
they
we
ate
said,
most
"Put
of it.
some meat over here," and everybody's like, "Okay." And then they didn't realize it was leftovers.
There you go. So in case I missed it, Wendy said hi, Bears. Bright Family said good evening. Jerry said, oh yeah, she convinced her daughter into liking Keto Chow. Win-win. Betsy said, you guys match. Alicia said good evening. Ed says, I'm sorry, Ed says hi, guys. Brenda says good evening from Kansas City. Parrothead Renee said you're also matchy cute. Patty said Jerry Yoakum. I wish I could do that. Sean says, ooh, impressive. Because it reclines. Ed said, did you ever watch the Kazoo Keto review? Yeah, we did. It was actually pretty funny. I especially liked it when the cat was yowling. And he's like, it's being repressed. And so I commented, help, I'm being repressed.
I was like you, Ed, and dying when she just put it in the bottom and then let it sit and talked forever. I'm like, shake it up.
It'll get chunky. That's right.
So I know what you're talking about.
Let's see. John says, evening from Central Florida. Carla says, hey. Renee said, analogy your shirt. Yeah, I got a drip. Ed said, did you see Sweet Baby Ray's? Yes. We got some of that at Walmart.
Yes,
we haven't tried it yet.
tasted it yet.
So it's got allulose and sucralose.
We bought some.
Yeah, we will probably be having some this weekend when we go camping.
Yeah.
So Maxine says, hi from San Antonio. Prime rib.
Maxine, can you just get me some Texas barbecue?
I know. Rhonda ordered a root beer float, saving my points for another time since root beer is 30% off already.
Oh, that's smart.
Rachel, I don't even know why she's here because she has new babies. This is what's up, family.
Post with all the names of the babies. They're so
I
cute.
don't think you're going to be able to keep them straight. Good luck. Betsy says, I have a net carbs question. Is it 20 full carbs or 20 net carbs? Different people do it different ways.
It depends on what you decide to do.
Yeah. So some people, especially when they're first starting off, they can do net carbs and just boom, 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 and just go on. And other people who've been doing keto for a long time and maybe at a stall, they may find that they have to do total carbs. And Joe with Two Crazy Ketos, he will do total carbs if it's like a bar that has a bunch of fiber in it.
Yeah, because you don't want to play the fiber game if it has like 25 carbs and then most of them are fiber, like that.
And we're talking fiber. It's not actually fiber. It's stuff that they say is fiber, but it's actually a sweetener.
Yeah, you have to kind of be careful and watch those ingredients. The closer it is to real food, the better.
The ironic thing about the whole fiber thing is under the new regulations that the FDA has published, acacia gum and xanthan gum
which are
no longer classified as dietary fiber. So we're going to have to change the labels of Keto Chow. So it'll have total carbs, and then it'll have sugars, which is just a little tiny bit from the whatchamacallit, from the lactose and the protein. And then we're going to have to put down at the bottom, out of the official nutritional label, that it has acacia gum and xanthan gum, and that it adds up to these many net carbs. So
because our label doesn't look weird enough already.
Yeah.
With all the points and threes and blah, 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 blahs.
So Sabrina has a good question about Amazon Pay. We were just talking about that today. So we used to have Amazon Pay on the website, and it was there up until a very short time ago. We took it off because of some problems that we've been having with Amazon Pay. And so far, you're the third person that's asked about it. It actually costs us a lot more money to have Amazon Pay on there than
a credit card or
Pay or Apple Pay
or PayPal.
Well, PayPal is the same.
Is it?
Yeah. So we're gonna try it without Amazon Pay. If you've got a compelling reason,
we want to hear it.
Yeah, we want to hear it. But so far, no one's come back saying they've just you don't have it. Okay, well, I'll just use the other thing. So
I know, but it's nice when you have it like in your phone and it's like ready. So I get it when it's easy. Devin said hi. Hi, Devin.
Yeah. Shauna says I had vanilla keto chow with coffee and a shot of vanilla caramel syrup for lunch.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Nan. Good evening. As of this morning, I've lost 100 pounds. 40 to go.
Nan.
Mike says, just when I thought I had almost enough keto chow, you guys go and have a 30% off sale, so I'm conflicted.
I know, sorry.
Rachel says, me and my peeps are all here. Parrot Renee has a huge local chuck roast Sunday, Texas beef for days.
Oh.
Ray Family says, did you see they have chicken harnesses for walking? We actually have.
We have chicken harnesses. It's so funny.
When I say we, I mean the kids. But yeah.
The kids put the chicken harnesses on and they don't like them, so they'll stand still. Down. Or they'll back up. They're like they like put their heads down because they try to get out of it. And sometimes they'll just sit down like, I'm stuck. It's the funniest thing ever. I bet if they put them on every day and used them, they would have got used to them. But I don't really care. It's just a toy, honestly.
Yep. Oh, Joe Stoffer's on.
Joe.
He's on the Facebooks.
The Facebooks.
Heather's Butcher. I can't talk. Mike says, I can pay any way you want. What way gives you guys the most money? Technically the way that gives us the most money is just using a regular credit card through Shopify Shop Pay. That gives us more money. Apple Pay. Now Apple Pay, and Devin says I haven't noticed Apple Pay. Apple Pay only shows up if you're using a Apple device. When you get to the checkout screen, it'll have the option of Apple Pay or PayPal that you can just click on and it'll use whatever saved information you have. It is kind of funny though. You don't see this as much now because we took off Amazon Pay. People would go to pay with Amazon Pay and Amazon Pay would ignore the email address they had previously put in.
Oh, and it's what everyone already exists.
Switch it over to their official Amazon email address. So people would be like, where's my order confirmation email? And we're like, we sent it to you. We sent it to your .edu email address that you have associated with your Amazon account. They're like, why did you do that? We're like, we didn't do that. Amazon did it. Anyway, Audrey says I need to go to the store. Maybe Friday I will. There you go.
Adri.
It could be Audrey. I always say names wrong, so I figure I'll just do it whatever, and Okay. Delisa says, good evening, Miriam and Chris.
Hi,
Devin said sound got weird for a sec.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Is it better now?
No, that sounds good. Okay. Which flavor of it did you get, Ed? I saw raspberry, lemon, something. Oh, talking about the salad dressings that they have. Mike says I usually pay with PayPal because it's easiest, but some people pay me with PayPal and they collect like $15 for every 500 I make. Yeah, and that's typical. It's usually about 3% is what most credit card things will charge, except if you use one of those pay later like Klarna, or I think it's actually called pay later. Mm-hmm. Those ones, they charge the merchant 6%, and depending on how they're set up, they charge the person buying it like 3 to 6% as well. So Devin says, have you ever considered creating an app? An app would just be a wrapper around our website. Mm-hmm. So we have an app. It's called Safari or Chrome. And that's about it. So seriously, most of the shopping apps you see for different websites
are just
all it is it's a shortcut to take you to their website. And then it just uses the built-in
mobile form or whatever for it.
So, Right Family says the chicken leash showed up when we were looking for a stink leash.
Skink?
It's a skink leash.
I wonder if they meant skunk leash.
Oh, her name is Adriana. The Lisa says no fair making root beer 30% off, and that's one flavor I have plenty of.
I'm sorry.
Parrot Renee said when I worked pediatrics
probably is.
Renee was too hard for them to say, so I told them my name was George, and they loved it.
Oh, that's so cute. I
will have a little mouse, and I will call him George, and I will love him and hug him and squeeze him.
You know what's so funny? So my name is Miriam, but you can't really short that, like mirror, you know? And so I always wanted a nickname because nicknames are so cool, right? Christopher, Chris, Samantha, Sam. Everybody has nicknames. It's so cool. But I couldn't have one because I had a weird name. But when I grew up and became an adult, my niece couldn't say my name, so she called me Mimi. And I'm like,
there you go.
It's so cute. Can you please call me that still? I like it.
My nickname was just always Bear.
It's still that.
Yep.
Because everybody and their dog's name is Chris.
There's way too many Chris's. Hey, Chris.
There's not very many
Which
Miriams.
One? Yeah. Like one.
I know 3 Miriams.
Okay, there you go.
And there were 3 in my high school. Can you believe that? Isn't that funny?
Right Family, no. Blue-tongued skink lizard.
Oh, skink. Yeah, she wasn't kidding. Skink.
Sabrina says, I wasn't complaining, just asking. Okay. If I were in Utah, I'd shop in person, but since I'm in Virginia, I'll pay with a credit card. And have Delisa said, did you make a change to raspberry? We didn't. So a lot of the flavors, we've been having some reports from people, they open it up and it has a really strong smell. What we think happened is previous batches, we would order the stuff, the flavoring would get made, and then it would it wouldn't get used immediately. The stuff... Anyway, the stuff that people are getting right now, it went from ordering to production to packaging really quickly. And so the flavor or the smell of the flavorings is a lot stronger. What are you doing? Why are you killing the downstream bandwidth?
I'm sorry. I just want to see where I'm looking. I just don't want to look at the sky.
Well, then pull up the comments and restream. It's in Chrome.
I want to see my face.
Okay.
I just want to see if I'm looking at the sky.
Okay. Anyway, Mike says Mike is my nickname. It's not an automatic nickname. At church meetings, it's confusing because someone will say, Mike, can you do this? And then 3 of us in the room are like, which Mike? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, as previously discussed, root beer is the flavor of the week. It's 30% off. It's actually the first time we've had a 30% off since 2017. The last time we did it, it's because we had version 1.9 of Keto Chow that was in like these silver Mylar bags. That was the old stuff.
Oh, wow. The bags.
That was mixed by hand.
That was part of my life.
So there was a bunch of that left over after we switched to 2.0, sorry. Got to get these numbers straight. And so we had some left over, and so we put that on a 30% off sale. So Shauna says, I love it.
But that's not what's on sale now.
Yeah, that's not
what was on sale then.
Yeah, so right now it is root beer float. It's perfect for Memorial Day. It tastes more like a root beer float.
And not just a root beer soda.
Yes.
Because it's like that ice creamy.
That's right.
1.9.6.4.
No, we never got a 1.9.6.4. We got a 1.9.1. I think we got up to 1.9.3.
I could probably tell you them.
I doubt that.
What? You don't believe in?
No, I don't think you could name all the versions. Oh man, we just got clipping. Hold on. Okay.
We got clipping?
Yeah, we got clipping on the microphone because we were laughing. Trisha says, hey, successful day 2 for me, loving the shakes. All right. Speaking of flavors, we have a giveaway going on right now.
Yes, we just have one until the end of this week. It ends on Friday, and we're asking, if you had a dream flavor of Keto Chow, what would it be?
Ooh.
So tell me what your dream Keto Chow flavor would be.
Now, a couple of them have been flavors that we have.
Which is awesome.
Someone said orange creamsicle. It's like, yes, we got
that one.
And someone else said, well, they said Snicker. I'm not sure if they said we're meaning Snickers or
Snickers
Snickerdoodle or
Snickers bar, maybe.
But yeah, Parrot Head Renee says the little card that we send that tells how to mix. Is that on the site? Yeah. It's on the how to make Keto Chow page. There's a copy of it.
Yeah. We can send you some more too.
Yeah.
Message me and I'll remember to throw extra cards in your next package.
So, but don't comment here what your thing would be.
No,
so
I want to hear you too.
Oh, you want to hear
so go over to the Facebook page and then enter into the giveaway and comment there too. But I want to hear what you want.
Oh, on here. Okay.
Too. So like here's lemon meringue, Mounds bar, tiramisu. Okay, cinnamon. Margaret, we have a tiramisu mousse recipe that Taffy Elrod made, and it is so yummy.
Okie dokie.
So you'll have to look at it. Are you sharing screen?
Okay, so you go on the Keto Chow site, you go to resources, you go to recipes, and let's see if I can do it.
You could look up mocha. That might be easier. Look up mocha in the M section.
This mouse thing is just amazing.
I think you should get a different. Oh, there, you're on the right page now. There it is on the right bottom. Keto Mocha Tiramisu Mousse.
Okay.
And it is like thick and yummy, and you could put chocolate on it like that.
There's even a video showing how to do it.
Yeah, with Taffy. It's so great.
So great. Okay, we're back.
So that one's just made with the mocha. But yeah, tiramisu, coffee, caramel, butter, toffee, key lime pie. Ooh, that sounds good, doesn't it?
Now the butter toffee would probably be the chocolate toffee. So some of these we kind of already have.
Mm-hmm. I know key lime pie sounds good. Or peaches and cream. Chris would love peaches and cream. He's always loved peach stuff.
Yep.
Vanilla caramel latte, chocolate chip after your favorite ice cream.
Okay.
Mike says he puts a teaspoon of licorice root powder.
Oh, and vanilla.
Ooh, that sounds nice. Butter pecan. I know butter pecan sounds really good. Coffee latte, cherry chocolate.
So now the place where they go to enter the giveaway
is on our Facebook page.
Is on the Keto Chow Facebook page, right? Okay.
And it has a picture of a shake with a straw sticking out the top, with like chocolate fudge.
And Betsy says, "How about banana split? How would that differ from the banana that we have?"
It would taste like it has toppings on it, so it'd have like chocolate chips in it and like some caramel sauce.
So that would be take the banana and throw in some caramel sauce.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
So Audrey says cheddar broccoli soup. I tried.
Audrey.
Or Adriana. That's right. Sorry. Anyway, she says cheddar broccoli soup. I tried really hard to do a cheddar or a cheese or a cheesy bacon. It did not work out. Like, I tried really hard. All of those, it just tasted terrible. Mm-hmm. And the cheese flavors,
cheese powders, don't taste very good,
or they're super high in carbs.
So one thing we've learned from being in production is like the butter powders, the cheese powders.
So the butter powder was pretty good, but it was super high in carbs.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They're all kind of wonky in one way or the other. And everybody that does a processed, shelf-stable product has to use, if they're going to do a cheese that's not just a cheese, like a puff or anything like that, use like the cheese powder, and they're all super weird or high in carbs, like you said. Joe said peanut butter and jelly. No, thank you. I think that's gross.
Ed says, I had caramel pecan keto chow today, as a matter of fact. Vanilla with a couple squirts of coffee flavoring. Mm-hmm. So...
ooh, coconut lime. That sounds good. Pina colada. I love that one.
So keeping on the theme of that, how can you modify the flavor of your keto chow?
You can do whatever you want to it. You can add a tea, coffee. You can add different drops, flavors. You can add like the sugar-free syrups. You just have to be careful. Watch the sugar-free syrup so you get the ones that don't have like maltodextrin and stuff in it.
Check this out.
And yes, there's our little hacks. And Audrey drew the little pictures.
Nice.
On the side. So Jello, coffee, pumpkin spice. Oh, that's like a pumpkin.
Yeah. This hack actually came out before we had the pumpkin spice keto chow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot more, that you can do. Really, you can just kind of do whatever you want, play with it. There's another person on the Facebook support group that asked if we could use cream cheese instead of butter, and you can. It just depends on what you like, how you want to try it. I haven't particularly liked cream cheese, but that doesn't mean that you won't. So you can try it if you want to try it.
So Audrey says, I'm a vegetarian. That's why I was looking for something like broccoli or cheddar broccoli. By the way, the savory chicken soup keto chow is vegetarian. It's not vegan.
Well, and it does. We do have a broccoli cheese soup recipe with the chicken soup.
Yeah, that's true.
On our website. So.
Yep. And that depends on if you eat cheese or not. She says a white chocolate shake would be perfect. It says vanilla is a great vanilla is a great blank canvas.
Yeah.
It is. It lends itself really well for adding different flavored syrups, adding the one-on-one flavor extracts.
Yeah, we love those.
They're really good.
They're super cheap. I mean, I think they're fairly cheap, and you can get a lot out of it, and you can just play with different things. My kids especially like to make the different pancakes and just put the different flavors in for fun, and yeah.
We should just order root beer.
Nice.
Devin used orange and ginger tea to make keto chow too. It was rather mild.
That sounds good.
That's what Christy Davis from the Keto Village has been doing.
Yep, speaking of Christy Davis, she's doing the 21-day challenge, the Keto Chow challenge, with the paper that we've done before with the little circles. So it's day 16. And if you're doing that, she's checking in on the Facebook support group and on her Facebook group, that's the Keto Village.
Yep.
So if anybody needs some support,
there you go.
Kind of fun to do stuff together as a team.
So Renee's trying to get put in timeout. She asked, can I use Ben & Jerry's cheesecake ice cream as my food? You can if you don't want to have any success, though.
She wants to be put in timeout.
That's right. Mike said Sonic had a maple bacon shake for a while. Yeah?
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun.
Gingerbread cookie, almond pound cake, or birthday cake are the flavors I vote for. By the way, if you add almond extract to the vanilla,
it tastes like
birthday cake.
Yeah.
Or because it's that almond that does it. Shauna says, I keep scrolling by saying it again, buttered popcorn flavor. Yeah, there you go.
I actually like buttered popcorn Jelly Bellies, except that I don't eat those anymore.
And Ed was talking about the Keizu keto. They kept on talking about the vanilla tasting like cardboard.
Sad.
I was like, okay.
It's pretty bland, though. But
yeah.
It's kind of bland by design, I guess.
Yeah. I think Keto Dana thinks the vanilla tastes like Play-Doh. Okay. There was a Reddit thread today of someone saying, I don't know if the flavors have changed or what. They're like, I went back and tried some flavors that I didn't like the first time, of Keto Chow. And he's like, and I think they're fantastic now. Like, did you guys change something? I'm like, no, we did not.
We'll tell you if we changed something.
He's like, I think my taste changed. So, anyway, so this month is Military Appreciation Month.
So we do have coupon codes for military and first responders, government employees. So if you go, hey, you're going to show it. Yay, show us.
Okay, so shop keto products, military and other discounts. And it's for military, first responder, and government employees. It's basically anyone that has a government ID, which includes a lot of emergency workers, emergency room workers, ambulance drivers, pretty much, yeah. Anyway, you can go in there and create an account. It will give you a unique coupon code that you can then pop in.
So do they go the way you did, or do they click the Gov ID right?
So you click the GovX ID. You log in. So if you don't have an account, you have to create an account. Then you log in. And this right here, if you're logged in, it'll just say, "Hey, here's your Keto Chow coupon." And then when you go to enter, you just make sure you put it into that box.
Okay, cool.
So, okay, and we're back.
Woo woo.
Woo woo. So yeah, it's Military Appreciation Month.
So we appreciate you.
Yeah.
By the way, military and people.
It's the best cardboard I've ever had. And Delisa said, I used Rebel Raspberry in my raspberry cheesecake chow. Nah.
That sounds great.
That is great.
Cotton candy, ew.
Yeah,
that's like bubble gum.
And Tricia says plain cheesecake.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Shauna says she makes vanilla keto chow with coconut milk or cream and drops of flavored pineapple. You do that too.
I've done it with coconut oil as the fat.
Yeah, and then
I just melt it like I would and use the pineapple. And I really like that. We actually used to have a pina colada flavor back in the day, and I liked it. Yeah. So.
Oh, yes, and we need a special edition grape flavor just for Rachel.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So Erica wants to know, does this mean we get another flavor?
I'm not committing to anything. Question.
We just want to know what you think.
We just wanted to see what you like.
And also, it drives the conversation because then we get to point out to you that, hey, if there's a crazy flavor that you want, like Mike wants cherry, vanilla with OOO flavors. Audrey wants veggie soup. There you go.
She even has a yucky face on.
She's got a
veggie soup. Hey, you can make veggie soup with any of the soups.
Okay, so it is Military Appreciation Month, which goes hand in hand with it is Memorial Day.
Yes, so this Monday we will be closed, and all of the carriers carrying your postage will also be closed. So please don't order an overnight on Friday after we close, because it will not get there until Wednesday.
Which happens every single time. Every time we're closed on a Monday, Rachel says, no grape. Alicia says pistachio. Cream of mushroom.
Pistachio sounds good.
Cream of mushroom you can make using the beef flavor.
Yeah, we actually have a cream of mushroom recipe for it on our thing, and it's really good because it's...
Incidentally, the beef one is unflavored. So it's got everything in it, including the protein, just no flavoring. But yeah, it seems like every time we have somebody who orders and they forget
Memorial Day
that if you order UPS next day air and it's Friday afternoon, well, we're not open on Saturday. We're not open on Sunday. We won't be open on Monday, which means it'll ship out on Tuesday and arrive on Wednesday. So we're
totally prepared to ship everybody's orders.
Yeah,
so you know.
Well, and we're going to have our shipping people be on the lookout because it happens every time somebody orders next day air, and so we contact them and say,
"Hey, this
so you know, you're not going to get it until Wednesday." Oh, I'm not. No, you're not. So, yeah. Ed says, "Is it a big deal to make flavors? Was wondering if you could offer flavoring packets to add to the Keto Chow. The problem with that is it adds complexity.
It's really difficult,
and the flavorings are very small.
So you'd have like this, like teeny
Yeah, it'd actually be a little bit easier to put it in a dropper.
So that's why, like, all the different Great Value and Crystal Light and all that has maltodextrin in it, because the actual part of the flavoring is not very big. I mean, just like...
Yeah, each of the Crystal Light drop-in things should be like the size of a half.
They should be like the size of your thumb.
Well,
it's like the little salt packets. That's how big they really should be. But they put the maltodextrin in it so that it feels like you're having more and you're mixing it up.
Nick says Rachel can just put grape Zip Fizz in her vanilla keto chow.
I don't see why she would want to do that.
Yeah, so we're not going to make flavor packets like that, Ed, just because...
It would be cool, though.
It would unnecessarily increase costs.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Mike says I might order root beer on Saturday. I don't care if it gets there Thursday. I'm not in danger of running out. And yeah, the 30% off sale will run until Monday morning when I wake up when we're camping and grab my phone and spend about 30 minutes switching to whatever is the flavor of the week for next week. So it might be a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. So, Erica, which I remembered how to say your name, said plus with everything going on in the world, it's pushing orders back on the delivery. So that's another thing people got to take into account.
Behind.
I think a lot of people have just kind of given up on speediness of online deliveries.
As long as they get it.
But we're still
doing it.
Cranking it through. Parrot Renee says, I wish OO would let you create your own package deal. Well, that's one of the...
You can order it by flavor.
Yeah, you can individually order them. That's the same thing that we kind of do. We have the sample bundles that we pre-make. We have a bunch of teenagers who all they do all day is put together the sample bundles in the pre-configured things. And so when it comes to time to ship them, they just grab one. And so OOO has their keto flavor bundle that has the cornbread flavor, and they can just grab it and ship it. It's super easy.
Cornbread, that sounds delicious. Cornbread.
Devin says going to try to cut back on my heavy whipping cream consumption because I'm not seeing any weight loss. That's
a good idea.
To butter. Ed says, okay, then how about Keto Chow branded storage containers? Way too expensive, but...
You could just get any kind you want. Plus, you can get them to fit in your cupboard. Then you can get whatever.
On our website, I have the flavor images, like the strawberry and all the ones that come off of the bags, on a page that you can download and print so that you can print them out and put them on your storage containers. Pants. Just like Keto Dana says, Ed, buy a container and slap a Keto Chow sticker on it. Mike says the Devotion flavor packets are delicious. Christy Davis convinced me to buy them. I have ordered $100 worth this week for free shipping. Wow.
Yeah, I haven't bought the Devotion ones either, but I don't think they're bad. They may have maltodextrin in it too. A lot of times they'll have a little bit, but it'll just be really little. So it just depends on how keto are you? Are you dirty keto? Are you...
Dana wants to make sure we don't ever add maltodextrin.
There's no way in heck we would ever do that.
We actually switched our flavorings around because we found that there was some maltodextrin in them. This was a long
time ago, yeah.
Parrothead Renee wants to know what's the best way to mix up the root beer. You can use... So the flavor will be stronger if you use butter.
Yep.
It tastes super creamy if you use heavy cream. So
and if you make it into ice cream, it tastes like root beer.
Yeah.
Float ice cream. And it takes forever to eat. Forever.
That's correct. Okay, so there was a question on the Facebook support group about getting protein macros.
Yeah, that was a question that we've talked about before. They said that they weren't hitting their protein goal and she didn't have any room to increase her calories or carbs, but how could she get more protein without increasing those? And so I'm saying, you just need to eat meat that doesn't have any fat in it.
Yeah, so some tuna fish, maybe some chicken. I don't know. It would probably be better to decrease the cool butter is my go-to.
Did you see what Rachel said? She derailed me.
Yeah, I would wear skinny
jeans before he would add maltodextrin.
That is correct.
That is probably actually true.
Ed says just trying to increase sales. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then. Ed, we found you and you are a nut.
We love you, Ed.
Devin says I heard hair algal oil maybe easily digestible. Hopefully Walmart will have it in stock. I ordered storage containers too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Mike printed those out. Chris, you forgot to put the chocolate peanut butter on one of the stickers.
Oh, probably because it didn't exist.
Did I? Are you sure?
Now you're gonna go check.
Patty's pointing out that Maria Emmerich has a new macro calculator. That is next on the list.
Thanks, Patty. You got the paper.
So, does she have the paper? Yeah. Does Patty have our paper?
Yeah, she does.
Holy cow!
She has the paper. So, next thing after that is the Just kidding.
Oh, Parrot Renee says eggs. Now, eggs do have a lot of fat in them too.
Yeah, but still, eggs are so good. Anyway, so Maria's calculator. She just barely posted it. It's in the same place where we have posted for macro calculator. And what I was telling this person today was that if they're not hitting their protein goal, maybe they should recalculate and then see what they could do to change it.
Yeah.
Also, if they were doing Keto Chow and they wanted to have some more meat that had fat in it, they could reduce their fat in their Keto Chow so they could have the meat so that they could count for the fat. So you just kind of have to play with things sometimes, and definitely try to hit your protein goal, because you will not want to. You're looking. Are you kidding me?
Someone asked a question. You just keep on going.
You can't. I looked at the thing. You want to hit your protein goal. Because if you don't get enough protein, your nails become brittle, your skin gets gross, and your hair falls out. And so you need to get protein. A lot of people are afraid of protein. Don't even worry about going over on your protein, because your body likes protein.
Yeah. Well, and so speaking about Maria's calculator, hold on. I got it.
You got this.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, here I am on the page, and I just put the link.
And look, there's no peanut butter. Mike was right.
Let's see. The heck? Why is there no peanut butter? Dang it, Mike! There's chocolate. Okay. Anyway, so.
Okay, you know what you can fix tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess so. And it also has the video of us talking about storing Keto Chow in containers.
Hey, look at that container.
Yeah. So if you go to Getting Started, you go to How to Prepare Keto Chow, and you go to Calculating Macros on Keto. In here it has the calculator. Well, what you can use to figure out how much fat to use with Keto Chow. Mm. But how many calories do you need? This takes you right over to Maria Emmerich's Keto Calculator,
which is the brand new one, and it's the same as before. It just has pictures, so it's a little bit easier.
Yeah. So let's see. Current weight, just for fun, we'll say 175. How old are you? I'm 37. What? I'm 37. I'm not old.
Are you male or female?
I'm going to say I'm male.
Okay. And then go down. Do you know your body fat percentage?
Yes, because I got a DEXA scan.
Okay, what is it?
Well, this isn't my percentage, but I'm just going to say 30 for kicks and giggles.
You're 37?
Yes, I'm 37.
Do you have a bikini like that?
I have a bikini like that. Those are my boobs. Fast fat loss with protein sparing modified fast, or fat loss. Now, dang it, what's her name? Adriana asked how much vegetables do you actually have to eat? Maria Emmerich is a huge proponent of carnivore, where you don't eat any vegetables. There is not a human requirement for any carbohydrates whatsoever, because we're not ruminants. We don't absolutely need them. Now, there are essential proteins and there are essential fats, but there are no essential carbohydrates.
You may want to eat vegetables.
Yes. And the funny thing is, this isn't even open for discussion. Everybody agrees that humans don't have an essential carbohydrate that they need. But everybody also says you have to eat fruits and vegetables. Why?
Because it's ingrained in our brain from childhood. That's why.
Okay. So
go down. Yes. So you pick fat loss, but look at the other pictures: improve body composition, maintenance, or build muscle and gain weight. So those are nice, because those are different ones that they didn't have on the thing before. So
the activity level. This thing is scrolling backwards and it's driving.
Oh, I'm sorry, but look how cute those pictures are. Sedentary. That's me. Just desk job. And then there's calories: 1503, fat 108, protein 112. It's quite a bit of protein.
That is quite a bit of protein.
And they're 20 grams per day, total carbs.
Now, the interesting thing...
total carbs, it doesn't say net carbs.
That's correct. This will always say 20.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, that's true. If you do PSMF, it doesn't. You're right. But yeah, for the most part. And it also doesn't use percentages, which is what
she didn't do before either. And then you can sign up for her newsletter, and she always has good articles and different recipes and stuff. So even though she has recipe books, she still shares recipes on her page all the time. And everything that she makes is delicious. She's a great person. She's so great.
Okay, let's see.
We met her.
I went away for a second, and Ed's talking about jalapenos.
What? I want some jalapenos.
Okay, we're back up at the top. So yeah, so Joe was talking to Erica. As few or as many as you want. I only eat vegetables for recreational purposes. Like I eat onions because I like
eat vegetables, and it helps me with my bowels.
There you go.
So that's good for me.
Devin says, "Is there a cost for Chronometer?" There is, if you want
like
Chronometer
Gold version.
Yeah, which allows you to share recipes with other people,
which is cool because then you can put your pumpkin sausage keto cheese. Oh, not cheesecake. Sausage cheesecake. Ew.
Yeah.
Pumpkin sausage soup.
Yeah, that's true.
And then share it with me.
And Renee says, don't forget to recalculate every so often.
Yeah.
If you are having success and losing weight, you will need to recalculate.
Because you're a different person.
Oh, Devin says, I'm ready to ditch MyFitnessPal.
You know what? You'll love Chronometer. You do have to put your own macros in. So what we did is we went to Maria's, got the macros, and just typed them into Chronometer. Because Chronometer's macro calculator is not perfect. It always gives you too low protein. So it's just not healthy to have that low protein.
And the thing that finally made me switch from MyFitnessPal to Chronometer years ago was I went to enter butter. And there were like 8 entries for butter. One was like butter net carbs, butter something or other. And I was like, what the heck?
They're all different numbers.
Yeah.
And
they were all over the place. So
the thing that's nice about Chronometer is anytime you enter a new thing, which happens a lot, especially with keto products, so you'll scan the barcode and it'll say, this is a new product. Would you like to enter it? So you put in all the information for it, and then it takes it to the database, and then they go and confirm that that is correct before they'll allow it into the system. Yep. And all of our Keto Chow are in the system.
They are.
That's nice.
Rita in Arizona said, my hubby stole the peanut butter. Oh, Heather's on. Hi, Heather. Rhonda says, Miriam, were you ever overweight?
I am overweight right now. See? This is as overweight as I am. Actually, I've been heavier, but only when I was pregnant with 2 people.
At the same time? At
the same time. The most I weighed was 218 pounds.
Okay.
And that was when I was pregnant with 2 people also. So I feel like I've been pretty blessed and pretty lucky to not be super overweight. I'm not the healthiest weight right now, but I am healthy in that my numbers look good and I feel good. And the thing that I do need to lose some weight, but keto helps me with my brain function a lot. And I feel really good on keto. So even though I still have to manipulate things and make my body lose weight better, I still feel like I'm really blessed, and keto really helps me in a day-to-day. So
Ed's just for the savory chicken. He's going to print out some of Rachel's chicks because if Joe has his way, they'll be food someday.
They will never be food. They'll get buried if they die.
When we had 2 of our chickens die.
Yeah.
And I just put them in a bag and put them in the garbage. No, the kids were there when I did it because I didn't want to bury them and they didn't want to bury them
and have a dog dig them up.
Mike says, I need to start tracking. I've installed for a while. Even on the 21-day challenge, I go up and down. It seems to hover about the same way.
Me and you. Let's track together, Mike. Actually, I'm super tempted to do a protein-sparing modified fast.
So Parahead Renee says that she needs jalapenos.
Jalapenos are so good.
And apparently, Mike Sedentary Mallet's middle name is Sedentary.
Mike Sedentary
Parahead Renee says, now I know why Chris never gets behind because he
he skips a bunch of.
Oh, did I skip there? Sorry.
You went back.
Joe Stoffer says, well, I was intentionally skipping. Joe says the gold version of Chronometer is $35 a year. unless a couple years ago you paid Bitcoin, and then it's free for life.
What?
Yeah, I paid Bitcoin for yours and my chronometer gold. Although at the time it was only like $50.
Yeah, for both of them.
But that amount of Bitcoin later ended up being worth like $2,000.
Okay.
So whatever.
Well, anyway, we like the gold version.
One Bad Marine has been out of sync.
There's our
Good
friend.
evening. Hello. Mike says, so you're saying you're not a professional vegetable eater? No, recreational purposes only.
Well, I think it's funny how much longer we've been in keto, how often we just find that we're being carnivore, even our whole family. Not all the time, but we sat down at lunch at work with all of our staff.
Yeah.
And not one person had anything on their plate but meat.
Well, there was butter.
Oh, that's true. They had butter on their plate.
Yep.
And I actually put some, what's it called?
No.
Cream cheese with stuff inside.
Oh, yeah, the cheese ball.
I put cheese ball on my steak. It was delicious. That was the most vegetables that were there.
Rachel's looking for a setting lower than sedentary. Vegetable.
Laying down.
Jerry says, do you have all the labels for each flavor with various macros and fats I can print out for fast reference? On the nutrition page, so ketochow.xyz/nutrition, there are all the nutrition stuff there.
And you know what I've seen different customers doing? If they have a container for their keto chow, they'll just write down like how much they mix right on the thing, like with a piece of tape. So I took a piece of tape and I wrote it down for my macros, and I put it on a little container that I can reference back to, because then I don't have to remember. I mean, I remember, it's not that hard, but then I don't have to remember. Yeah. So that's kind of cool, because then if they're doing it different for each one, especially if you're going to do heavy cream or butter or cream cheese or something else, and you prefer that for that flavor, then it makes sense to just be like, okay, well, I want 2 ounces of heavy cream in this one. And then you don't have to do the math again because you've got
it. Mike says our camping video is fun. Renee says she always scans her product if it's not in there and added the details.
Yeah,
and Devin
nice.
Like Carb Manager, but doesn't like the subscription fee.
Oh yeah, I've never even tried Carb Manager.
I haven't
just done chronometer. I did Fitness Pal before I went keto, and I like that, but I think I found that I was cheating. So because then I would go for whatever one was the least amount. Yeah. So it would look, I'd be like, I put all my stuff in.
Put it all in.
I'm not losing weight because I did the one that's not actually something that's realistic. So like, I don't want to lie to myself. I want to be honest.
Jason's on.
Jason.
Mike says, I want to call you guys overweight. Well, technically, by the textbook definition,
I know.
We are.
I don't know. Am I?
I don't know.
We should look it up. I'm overweight, but I'm not obese. How's that?
Okay.
You're probably obese. Are you?
I don't know.
We'll have to look it up.
Alicia says, just received electrolyte drops. Do I use them once a day, every day? Only if I fast? However much you want to use them.
And see how they make you feel.
Yep.
And if you, especially use them if you have a headache, leg cramps, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Helps.
So Barbara says, fell off the wagon, working and getting back on board.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
Tomorrow is the day for you, Barbara. And I'm going to hold you accountable. So you need a message and say, I'm doing it. And I'll be like, yes, you are. You got this.
Jason says, Rachel, such a pleasure speaking with you and Joe after all this time.
Yay.
There you go. Delisa says, I'm thinking of doing protein sparing modified fast for the month in June. Let's do it, Miriam.
Do it. I want to do it. Let's do it a month. Can I do it for a month?
I don't know. I would try it for like a week first.
Okay, I'll try it for a week and then we'll do it for a month.
Shauna has having buttered steak for dinner tonight. Maybe some cream cheese too. I always love going to steak places and I'm like, and can we get some butter?
Some butter?
No, I mean
more butter.
I think you might have heard bring me a little bit of butter. What I meant was bring me all the butter.
5 things of butter. And then they're like, what, you want more butter? You ate all that butter? Yes, we ate all the butter.
So Mike's doing mostly only meat and Keto Chow.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do.
Why would I waste my time with anything else? I just
jalapeno poppers, maybe.
Renee says I topped my sliced chuck with some butter and gorgonzola cheese.
Ooh, that sounds
I prefer
yummy.
What's it called? Smoked Gouda. So
yeah, we like smoked Gouda a lot.
And Heather says that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Erica said I made keto chicken fried steak for the first time today, and it was amazing.
Was it good? I have never made that. But I never ate chicken fried steak before. So it's not something that calls to me.
Yeah.
It calls me.
Okay.
That's from Moana.
I do know it. Ron says, Miriam, I've heard the term protein sparing, but never asked about it. What is it? So it's basically you're getting what? Okay. It's a special type of program. It's usually only used for short-term things.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to use it forever.
But a lot of people will use Keto Chow to do it because if you just mix up Keto Chow with no fat, it pretty much is the perfect macros for a protein-sparing modified fast. So you're still getting protein, you're still getting your vitamins and minerals, but you're not getting any fat other than the fat from your body.
And so you're going to take that fat quickly, but you have to be very deliberate about it.
And very
careful because you're also going to be hungry. And so they can eat more protein. But like on Maria's calculator, when you do protein sparing modified fast, you'll have the 10 carbs, total carbs.
Yeah.
Which there's carbs in everything, an egg, everything is carbs. But then you could have more protein. So that would be what you'd use to be satiated. And then you'd have like leaner meats, which wouldn't be as yummy, but for a little while you could do it.
I can't read that far away. I have to wear my glasses.
Sarah
Hess says, hello.
Sarah.
And Shauna says, I'm under tall. Miriam and I are both pretty tall, though.
Yeah, I am average for the American man. That's how tall I am.
So, Sarah says she recommends the magnesium drops for migraines. It's been a lifesaver.
Yeah, it does really help.
Ashley says, have you thought about changing the packaging? The bag is hard to get into and the powder gets stuck in the seal.
Yeah.
Together. So,
we've looked into different like containers and canisters before, and they just don't ship as well. And we want you guys to have a lower shipping rate, so we keep sticking to the bags.
So this is actually on the printable sticker sheets for labeling your Keto Chow storage containers.
So that's what we use.
Yeah.
Just because our cupboard's that size and it fits a bag and a half.
So those are from
bags.
Better...
They're Walmart, like Better Homes and Gardens brand. And there's a whole bunch of different containers that are like that. I actually would prefer like a glass container, but since I have so many children and they're like literally above your head.
Drop it on the head.
I didn't want anyone to break glass on their head. So we just got those plastic ones, but they have like the little seal top. And so it's nice because then you can get the stuff out really easily. And
so rather than charging everybody more for a more expensive package
that you just throw away,
we go on the get it to you as cheap as possible.
And
then you can put it in something.
Also,
the powder in the thing, there's actually a video that, because it used to be even worse. The zippers used to get really clogged. You just flick the side, the powder comes out, and it works just great. So there's a video showing how to do that. It goes along with my video showing how to put Keto Chow in a mug and then put it in the microwave, which Joe thought was really silly.
No, Erica said her parents cringe when they see her put butter in her coffee. Yeah, it's so crazy. Like all these years, we've been living afraid of butter, and now we're like melting it down and drinking it.
Yeah.
But it's
kind of.
And it's so good for you.
Jerry wants us to do another drone video. I guess I should charge that.
Go this weekend, yeah.
Shauna says, 1 steak and a stick of butter on the side, please. Or you need a stick of butter with a steak on the side? Parroters, are you all reading comments from Facebook Live too, or am I not seeing ton of comments?
We have both of them up.
We used to have them both like over here, right there.
Which is cool because then everybody can see them, but every once in a while you'll get a troll on here that will say like bad things, and then we don't want everybody to have to see that.
And then it's permanently embedded onto the video. So it's like, you know what? No.
And then if I get upset, then you have to see it forever about it.
Wow. So Rita fell off the wagon and put me into the ER on morphine with an inflamed intestine.
So
dang.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah. So, and Jesse says I've been doing keto for 2 weeks now, and I'm 20 pounds. Down 20 pounds. I'm a nurse, and so I bought Keto Chow for lunches at work. I eat it every time, and I don't feel like a meal prep. Thank you so much.
Yay!
Keto Dana, we answered what is PSMF?
Okay. Protein sparing modified fast.
EMSF? TSN.
I actually have the original book that Maria Emmerich wrote.
Oh, yeah.
And I just haven't read it. I am not a good reader. I am a good listener.
You're also a good collector of
I also am a good collector of cookbooks.
Do you not want me to point that out anymore?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I love cookbooks. I love looking at them and opening them and touching the pages and saying, I want to make this, and then never making it.
Heather said we discovered our butter is in the deep freeze under everything. Freezer is beyond full. We need to empty tomorrow to free the butter.
Oh.
Free the butter! So,
butter.
Para says Texans go nuts for their country fried steak, often the size of your head, and hangs off the plate. I've done it in strips using an egg dip and crushed pork rinds. There you go.
That sounds good.
Brenda's husband bought her a blue rhino griddle for her anniversary. Cooked 5 pounds of bacon on it to season it per your recommendations. There you go.
Nice.
Plus 10 pounds of other meat. Going to try chicken wings tomorrow. So camping this weekend.
Yeah, we have those the 10-pound on the sheets.
Yeah, so it's a parchment sheet that just has a whole bunch of bacon on it, and then it's vacuum sealed, and you open it up and just boom, stick it down on the Camp Chef griddle. So butter patriots unite, free the butter. Ed says, I think a container of keto chow kept in the fridge is an ideal sweet craving killer, and it's healthy for you. There you go.
Nice.
Mike said, could you do it by using half the normal fat instead of no fat? So protein sparing modified fast
is to not use the fat so that your body really kicks it into gear.
Now she does. I think there is a little bit of fat because you need some in order to absorb vitamins.
Which, if you ate any meat, there would be fat in the meat that you ate. So if you're eating lean meat, there's still a little bit of fat on it. So you'd have to kind of play with it and see, and definitely read up on it. And Maria Emmerich would be perfect to read up on that because she has a lot of stuff on carnivore and she just has so much good information.
Deb agrees that the mag drops are fantastic. She especially likes your trick of you have a drink with a straw and you put the magnesium drops into the straw and then just
drink it up, and then it's just gone because it does taste gross, but it works so good. I'm going to take some tonight because I didn't sleep super good last night.
Shauna says I end up cutting the zipper off and pour out the keto chow into a container. Yep.
Is Rachel replying to herself?
Probably.
Replying to Rachel Warnstar, but now that's a deep freeze.
Well, they got a thread going on. Oh yeah, because I'd probably fall in. Let's see. Ashley says thanks for the container suggestions. Shauna says also bad hands, so I use some sort of bag sealer. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Mike says I spill every time I put it into my containers.
I do too, and you know what? I don't care. I just try not to, and then I get this little poof. So I'll just fill up as many as I can at once, and then wipe down the counter.
Yeah, Mike doesn't like trolls. Don't feed them. Just don't feed them.
Yeah, don't feed the trolls.
Rita says she's feeling much better now.
Oh, good.
Let's see. Right Family says we were showing people how awesome you are. It would be nice if they try it. They fell off the wagon.
That's sad.
Sandra Son from Ohio.
Sandra.
And again, the trackpad on this little keyboard scrolls the wrong way. You go down to scroll down instead of pushing up to go down.
You could get a mouse.
I just need to go into the control panel and switch it, but I can't do it during this. I'll switch it as soon as we're done. Shauna says, Miriam, I've taken my cookbooks to have Maria to Kinko's and had them put spiral bound so they lay flat. That is a good idea.
It's a good idea. I have this really cute cookbook stand that has these cute little chains on it, and it holds it open perfectly. Yeah. I just have to make the recipes. That's the part I don't do. I have all the cookbooks. I actually have all of Carrie Brown's. I have all of Maria's. I have her new carnivore cookbook even.
Well, that's true.
I have.
So Erica says, I have a friend that hates every time I go on keto because he's vegan. When I start my keto diet, he sends me multiple articles about how vegan is the best diet for weight loss. I'm just going to start replying, but that butter though.
Butter and bacon.
There you go. And Heather met Maria last year.
Oh yeah. She's so tiny. I could eat her. She's so little. We took a picture. The very first time I met her was on the low carb cruise 2-3 years ago. I don't know what it was. It was a long time ago. And she is really small, but she's so stinking cute. And her kids are adorable. And my kids like her kids.
Yeah.
They got to play on the cruise together and be friends. So they're just such neat people. And
Wendy likes cookbooks just like you.
Yeah, I love it. I have made some recipes. I have made some.
So for you, cookbooks is kind of like, for me, like drones and 3D printers and stuff like that. It's one of those. It's one of those things I want to do that.
This.
And so.
And we have lots of aprons, and I have a really nice kitchen. And Kate wants to cook with me. I just have to do it. Yeah.
It's almost like we made Keto Chow because
we don't cook very much. Yeah. Well, and for all these years, I especially don't like baking because you have to clean the kitchen to bake something that you feel guilty for eating.
Yeah.
So you bake it, and then you have 6 kids, so you bake twice as many, but then you don't let them have any cookies, but you eat 12. So then I feel guilty, and I made a mess, and I'm exhausted, and my legs are swollen, and I ate 12 cookies, so I'm not super happy.
Mike wants to get a Blackstone grill. He says he talks to himself all the time.
You should do that.
So one Bad Marine says, my keto dinner, 1 pound of roast lamb and a lamb kebab with spicy garlic sauce.
That sounds yummy.
Jason says Rachel keeps responding. She loves herself.
Rachel does love herself. Oh, no.
Fairhead Renee says, I licked the powder off the counter. Don't judge me. Jason says, I fill out my containers in the sink so I don't get it all over the counters.
One of the comments on the Facebook support group was, does anybody pour water in their blender bottle so they can get the last of the thing? And I'm like, I do that every time.
Oh, see, I don't do that. Mike says the subtitles are cool. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, replying to Jason, I'm answering all the voices in my head. This could take a while. Let's see. Shauna says, also use my long teaspoon to fish the keto scoop out of the bag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can, before you open it, just kind of go like this.
Yeah, just squeeze it out.
You can't see. Just kind of go like this until you get the scoop to the top. And then you won't have to have Puffy or get your little spoon out. I need to buy some teaspoons, the long skinny ones, because they're cute. And I don't have any.
Okay. Sandra said she's looking for a good bomb and dessert keto cookbook. I do love making things with Keto Chow.
Yes.
Oh, and Joe says
some fat bombs on our website that are made with Keto Chow.
Joe says Rachel got chicken, so he gets a drone.
Okay.
Miriam said you could, Joe.
You can have a drone.
And Joe says, I feel like the drone will be cheaper in the long run. Jason,
so it poops less.
You know what? I think you're right.
Yeah.
Mike says, more Keto Chow flavor ideas. Spam, sardines, and oil, onion.
But, Joe, I do have to tell you something about drones. They do cut you. Like when you run into your arm once.
You can't really see it.
Oh, there's totally scars, though.
It's right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right by my lipoma.
Yeah, that looks gross.
It's cool.
Gross.
Anyway. Farrah Renee uses a chopstick to fish it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Mike says he's been seriously shopping for a grill. They're only like $275. Any idea where the best deal is? I don't know.
For a Blackstone? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Walmart keeps having good ones.
Yeah,
but
did we get ours at Sam's?
No, we got ours. We actually got it online from Walmart.
Oh.
But I think it was BJ's had a bunch of extra stuff that came with the one that that Joe got.
So, we don't have BJ's, but my brother's name is BJ.
Yep. Right Family says that her husband Chris uses coffee to get the last drop.
Oh yeah, Rachel does that too. Yep. So that's fun.
Mike Sedentary Mallet. We need a yuck emoji for that one. Audrey says onion soup would be new flavor would be delicious.
Oh, I actually really like onion soup.
So when we made the beef, the idea was I was actually trying to come up with a
we're doing like a clam chowder.
Clam chowder and all these other different things. And I'm like, you know what? Because I was like, yeah, because then people could like add some clams to it and all. It's like, why don't we just leave it unflavored? Mm-hmm. And then they can add stuff to it. It would have all the nutrients that come in Keto Chow. Mm-hmm. So all the vitamins, minerals, the whole thing. But then you can also add flavor to it. So the beef soup base.
Yeah, it's supposed to be unflavored for a reason. It just tastes beefy.
Yep. It just, kind of beefy. You can add anything to it. You can actually even add sweet flavors to it and an artificial sweetener and make it like a chocolate shake that would be dairy free if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. So, let's see. Oh, how long does Keto Chow last once it's prepared?
In the fridge, 6 days. Up to 6 days.
Yep. Keto Dana says, what size is the scoop in the bag? It depends on the flavor.
It depends on the flavor. So the soups are different.
Chocolate's different.
Chocolate is different. Peanut butter is different. And then all the other ones are the same size, I think.
It's 93 cubic centimeters, I think.
Yeah, so we got the scoop per flavor.
The best way to measure it actually is using a scale, if you have a scale available. We have a lot of people who will try out Keto Chow in the sample size, and then they'll go to try it out from the big bags, and they're like, this doesn't taste the same. Why doesn't it taste the same? We're like, well, how good did you pack your scoop? And they're like, what do you mean? So to get the right amount,
I don't actually pack my scoop.
You have to pack the scoop.
I also sometimes mix it with less amount of powder because I'm forgetful and make the wrong decision.
Yeah, she made it with 1/3 the amount of powder. Anyway,
idiot.
But if you weigh it, you'll always get the amount that's in the samples. If you use the scoop, you have to do it just right, or else you can be anywhere from 10 to 20% off. So, Joe's talking to Mike about the Blackstone at Costco.
Devin said her brain is fried because she's been hanging out with her kids all day.
Setting up
kicking her butt. It is kind of a pain, actually. Yeah. It's a little bit smarty pants. So I just go like this.
You and Rachel.
And then he'll be like, problem, honey, you're the best. You're the most beautiful person ever. And
that's like, exactly what I say with that tone of voice.
You always talk like that.
Shauna says you need Sam to supervise you.
Sam could probably set up Chronometer. He's super smart.
Can you use cream cheese in
Keto we Chow? Talked about that already.
Oh, we did?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you measure it?
You just measure it however you like. Yeah. But you can measure it as butter, like the way you'd measure butter, and then melt it. I've done it before, but I just haven't liked it. Mal says he's done it and he likes it a lot with the raspberry cheese. Yeah. You know what is better is making Keto Chow into a cheesecake. That's better.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's some really yummy ones on our side.
So this is interesting. Question at the end of the day, if I need a snack, is it best to have a shake or cheese or some meat?
Yeah, that was a good question too. I wanted to tell her that Keto Chow is meant to be a meal replacement shake, and so I wouldn't use it as a snack. You could maybe have part of it and make it into a pudding or something like that, or do some cheese or meat. But overall, unless you have space in your macros, which if you're going by macros, I would try to avoid snacking at all costs.
Because this right here, this is snacking right here. Period. It's my Achilles heel.
Cyrus says all snacking is an emotional event. So if you're needing a snack, you might just need to take a nap or something.
I could have done with a nap. I was sitting in my chair today at work and I was just like, we had one meeting after another, and
Tuesday's a meeting day.
Joe says that we should have Birdie Bott's every flavor bean flavors in Keto Chow, like earwax or
then
booger.
We could have those cute Harry Potter blend bottles. I'm game for that. You drink the shake, I'll have the bottle.
Did you see Amy's comment?
I have been loving Keto Chow's pudding. See? Perfect.
And okay, so I was expecting Miriam, when she read that, to go, oh, there was this picture on the Keto Chow support group where someone mixed up their Keto Chow with too much gelatin.
Oh my gosh, that was so awesome. I just saw it right before this. Somebody put gelatin in and...
Too much.
A whole gelatin packet in with their Keto Chow and then put it in the fridge. So then they dumped it out and it was this...
It looked like...
Jell-O.
It looked like a mold of Jell-O.
And there's the ball in the bottom and they're like...
It's really hard to eat around the...
Eat it anyway? She's like, yeah, I totally ate it. It was delicious. I'm like, oh my gosh, you totally made my day. I'm like, a whole entire Keto Chow Jell-O? Yes. Heather said she saw that.
Like, someone posted the picture from the office.
Yeah.
So, finally, how do we feel about carb cycling?
We don't think it's a good idea.
So, go ahead. You go ahead.
We interviewed one of our friends, Bronson Dent, who's a personal trainer and a ripped muscle guy who is pretty, he's carnivore and he even does a lot of lean meat. So he's essentially doing proteins very modified fast all the time. A lot of time. But anyway, he talked about carb cycling. We asked him when we were interviewing him and he said that, you don't want to do carb cycling unless you know what you're doing. You're being deliberate about it. And, you've done a lot of research on it.
So Danny Vega is a big proponent of carb cycling. But there's a key factor here when we have high performance athletes talking about carb cycle. They're not talking about they're like, oh, I'm gonna go work out, so I'm gonna eat a donut
Maple bar
or something like that. They're talking about, okay, so I'm gonna work out, so I'm going to eat 30 grams of white rice or 30 grams of potatoes.
A half a sweet potato or something like that. So
and they're not
very deliberate about what they're doing.
And so they're not using it as a cheat. Mm-hmm. They're using it as a tool.
As a tool, yeah.
Now I'm a tool. Joe can attest to that. So can Mike, right, Mike? But it's important, if you are doing high performance sports and you feel like the amount of carbs that you're eating is keeping you back, then maybe carb cycling might be able to. Rachel, I totally confused her with Danny Vega last time I saw them. But anyway, yeah, it's one of those far off things that you do. And Paraheadernase says I do carb cycling when doing long distance bike runs.
But you're doing it for a reason and a purpose, and you're also
clean carbs, not junk.
Kicking your tail with all of that exercise, and I think that's the point.
Oh, see, Heather's got my back.
So can I.
Yeah, she can attest that I'm a tool. See, my friends say I'm a tool.
She was saying that she would confuse Danny Vega with Rachel.
I don't know. That's kind of. Ed wants to know, can we see who gives a thumbs up or thumbs down? No, we can't. So now Ed's going to give us a thumbs down.
Oh, sad Ed.
Keto Dance says Goody Beats did a video on carb cycling, I think. And, personally for me, I don't ever do carb cycling or anything like that because I don't need to, because I snack too much, number one. And number two, I am one is not enough and 10 is no.
It's too many. Not enough.
No.
1 is not enough. I don't know.
Dang it. I got that.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, 1 is not enough. 1 is too many and 10 is not enough. That's what it is.
Whatever.
Yeah. If I eat one of something, I'm going to eat
the
all
whole
of
thing.
So
yeah.
Anyway.
So just don't have it in the house. So slap a stick. Christopher, right? He was on Joe's and Rachel's the other day. Sometime I don't actually. Okay. And he said he doesn't even buy Rebel ice cream. Oh, maybe it wasn't slap a stick. Oh shoot.
Somebody said they don't buy Rebel ice cream.
Said they don't buy Rebel ice cream and keep it in house. Oh, it was somebody. It was Patty's son.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mixed those two up. They look similar. Anyway, it was Patty's son.
It's like Rachel and Danny Vega.
Oh my gosh.
They look exactly the same.
Promise I'm not a dork. Okay, maybe just a little. He said he doesn't keep it on hand because if he wants to have Rebel ice cream, he has to get in the car and go buy one and then he can eat it. Instead of just having it in the freezer so that you can eat it every time you want to have an emotional snack.
Like last night when our children raided the freezer.
I told them they could have it.
I think they consumed maybe 4 or 5.
Well, I made them split it. I made them split with another sibling, so that now there's not any in there, so that I can't decide to have.
Heather says she has a blue winch on Two Crazy Ketos. Oh, wrench! Dang, I said that wrong. A winch. Bring me the winch. Winch. Okay. Anyway, so I think it's time for us to go. We've pontificated long enough. Thank you everybody for joining us. Love having you on. It's fun to talk to everybody. I keep on talking how this whole isolation quarantine thing hasn't really affected me at all because
he just has you as
we have.
He doesn't need real life people.
There's 8 kids in our house. No, well, 6 kids. There's 8 of us in the house. We get to talk to people every day. It's like I'm fine.
I'm dying. I need hugs and face-to-face interaction and high fives.
Ed said he would always give me a thumbs down. I mean, never. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. And in case you haven't seen it yet, here is our new commercial. So you want to say bye? Bye. Bye-bye. Oh, except it didn't work because I changed things around. So
just kidding.
Anyway, now we'll say goodbye. We'll just... Dang it, I got to fix that now. All right. Bye, everybody.